They're lying to you right now. The person sitting across from you. The one smiling, the one nodding, the one saying all the right things. They're performing, and you're buying it. Because you were never taught to see what's really there. You were taught to be polite, to take people at face value, to believe the words that come out of their mouths. That's how they get you. That's how they've always gotten you. Reading people isn't a gift, it's a weapon. And if you don't have it, you're defenseless. You're walking through life blind, trusting handshakes that mean nothing, believing promises that were broken before they left their lips. You think you know people. You don't. You know the masks they wear, the scripts they've memorized, the versions of themselves they want you to see. Every betrayal you've suffered started with you missing the signs. Every time someone stabbed you in the back, they showed you the knife first. You just didn't see it because you weren't looking. You were hoping. You were trusting. You were being naive. And they fed on that. They always do. Here's what nobody tells you. People reveal everything, every single thing, not in what they say, in what they don't say, in how they move, how they breathe, how their eyes shift when you ask the wrong question. The truth leaks out of them constantly. But you have to know where to look. You have to stop listening to words and start watching behavior. Words are cheap. Words are rehearsed. A liar practices their story until it sounds like truth. A manipulator crafts their image until you believe it's real. But the body doesn't lie. The body can't lie. It betrays them every time. A flash of contempt, a micro expression of disgust, the way their shoulders turn away while their mouth says yes. These are the tells. These are what matter. You want to know why you keep getting burned? Because you're living in fantasy. You're seeing what you want to see. You're projecting your goodness onto people who don't have it. You assume others operate by your code. They don't. Most people are driven by fear, by greed, by insecurity, and they'll do whatever serves them in the moment, even if it destroys you. The world is full of wolves in sheep's clothing, smiling predators, friendly parasites. They study you while you're busy being open and vulnerable. They find your weaknesses, your buttons, your triggers, and they use them, not because they're evil, because they're human, and humans are tribal, selfish, survival-oriented. When push comes to shove, most people will throw you under the bus to save themselves. Reading people is about survival. It's about knowing who to trust and who to keep at arm's length. It's about seeing the game before you're already losing it. Because make no mistake, there is a game. Every interaction is a negotiation. Every conversation is a test. People are sizing you up, deciding if you're useful, if you're weak, if you're a threat or a tool. Stop being the fool who walks into traps with your eyes closed. Stop being the one who gets blindsided. Stop being the person everyone takes advantage of because you're too good-hearted to see them coming. Goodness without awareness is weakness. Trust without verification is stupidity. The first thing you need to understand is this: everyone has an agenda, always. Even the people who claim they don't. Especially the people who claim they don't. The question isn't whether they have an agenda. The question is what it is and whether it aligns with yours. Most of the time it doesn't. Most of the time people are using you for something. Validation, resources, status, entertainment. You're a means to an end. That's not cynicism. That's reality. The ones who call this cynical are the ones still getting played. They want to believe in the goodness of humanity because it makes them feel safe. But safety is an illusion. The only real safety comes from knowledge, from seeing clearly, from understanding the game. Watch their eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul, they say. And they're right. When someone lies, their eyes dart. They break contact. They look up and to the right as they construct the fiction. When someone feels contempt for you, you'll see it flash across their face. one side of their mouth curls up, just for a split second, but it's there. When someone is genuinely happy, their eyes crinkle, the smile reaches all the way up. A fake smile only moves the mouth. Watch their hands. Liars touch their face more. They cover their mouth, rub their nose, touch their neck. It's self-soothing. Their subconscious knows they're doing something wrong, so the body tries to comfort itself. When someone crosses their arms, they're closing off. When they lean away, they're creating distance. When they point their feet toward the exit, they want to leave even if their words say they're happy to be there. Watch their timing. The pause before they answer. The hesitation before they agree. The split second where their face shows what they really feel before the mask comes back up. These moments are gold. These moments are truth. Most people miss them because they're too busy thinking about what they're going to say next. Stop thinking. Start observing. Watch their patterns. What someone does once might be an accident. What they do twice is a choice. What they do 3 times is who they are. If someone is late once, maybe they had an emergency. If they're always late, they don't respect your time. If someone cancels plans once, life happens. If they cancel constantly, you're not a priority. If someone lies about something small once, maybe they panicked. If they lie regularly, they're a liar. Patterns don't lie. You've been taught that judging people is wrong. That you should give everyone the benefit of the doubt. That's how they keep you vulnerable. Judgment is a survival mechanism. It exists for a reason. Your ancestors who couldn't judge threats accurately didn't survive long enough to pass on their genes. You're here because your bloodline knew how to assess danger. Don't let modern weakness rob you of that gift. Trust your gut. You know that feeling when something's off, but you can't explain why. That's your subconscious processing thousands of micro signals your conscious mind missed. Your gut is never wrong. What's wrong is when you ignore it because you don't want to seem judgmental, because you don't want to hurt feelings, because you want to be nice. Being nice has cost you everything. Stop it. The people who hurt you the most are the ones you never saw coming. The friend who smiled while spreading rumors. The partner who said they loved you while planning their exit. The colleague who acted supportive while sabotaging your work. You didn't see them coming because you weren't looking. You were operating from trust. They were operating from strategy. Here's the hard truth. Most people are not on your side. They're on their own side. And that's fine. That's how it should be. The problem is when you operate from loyalty and love while they operate from calculation and self-interest. That's when you get destroyed. That's when you end up broken and confused, wondering how you missed it. You missed it because you wanted to miss it, because seeing the truth would mean admitting you were wrong about them. It would mean ending the relationship, losing the friendship, walking away from the investment you made. So you ignored the signs. You made excuses. You gave them another chance, and another, until there was nothing left of you to give. This is what weakness looks like. Not physical weakness, mental weakness, emotional weakness, the inability to face reality because reality is painful, so you live in denial. You rewrite their behavior in your mind. You tell yourself stories that let them off the hook. You gaslight yourself so they don't have to. Stop doing that. Stop protecting people who wouldn't protect you. Stop making excuses for behavior you'd never tolerate from yourself. Stop being so desperate for connection that you accept crumbs from people who should be giving you loyalty. You're worth more than that, but you'll never get more until you demand it. Reading people isn't just about spotting liars. It's about understanding motivation. Why do they do what they do? What drives them? What are they afraid of? What do they want? Once you understand someone's core drives, you can predict their behavior. You can see their moves before they make them. You become untouchable. Fear is the biggest driver. Most people are terrified of failure, of rejection, of being exposed, of losing status. They make every decision from that fear. When someone attacks you unprovoked, it's because they see you as a threat. When someone spreads gossip, it's because they're insecure about their own position. When someone tries to control you, it's because they feel powerless in their own life. Fear makes people dangerous. Fear makes people cruel. Greed is the second driver, not just for money, for attention, for validation, for power. People will do anything to get what they want. They'll lie, they'll manipulate, they'll betray, and they'll justify it all with elaborate stories about why they had no choice. They always have a choice. They chose themselves over you. Remember that. Insecurity is the third driver. The most insecure people are often the most aggressive, the loudest in the room, the ones who need constant validation, the ones who can't handle criticism, the ones who lash out when threatened. Insecurity makes people unpredictable. It makes them reactive. It makes them willing to burn everything down if they feel disrespected. When you understand these three forces, you understand 90% of human behavior. Everyone is running from fear, chasing validation, or protecting their ego. That's it. That's the game. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And once you can't unsee it, you stop being shocked by betrayal. You expect it. You prepare for it. You protect yourself from it. Here's what separates you from the masses. Most people go through life reacting. Something happens and they respond emotionally. They get angry. They get hurt. They get confused. They take things personally. They make it about them. You can't afford that luxury anymore. You need to become analytical, clinical, detached. When someone disrespects you, don't get angry. Get curious. Why did they do that? What do they gain? What does this reveal about their character? When someone betrays you, don't collapse in grief. Step back. What did you miss? What signs were there? How can you avoid this in the future? Every painful experience is data. Use it. This is the stoic approach. Not to feel nothing, but to feel without being controlled by the feeling. To observe without being swept away. To experience pain without letting it break you. Pain is information. Betrayal is education. Loneliness is clarity. When you're alone, you see clearly. When you're in pain, you learn fast. When you've been betrayed, you become wise. Most people never develop this skill because they're too comfortable. They're surrounded by people who validate them, who tell them what they want to hear, who protect their feelings. That's weakness breeding weakness. You don't grow in comfort. You grow in adversity. You grow when you're forced to see reality without the filter of hope. The people who read others best are the ones who've been burned the most. The ones who trusted and got destroyed. The ones who opened up and got exploited. The ones who loved and got abandoned. That pain is your teacher. That suffering is your education. Don't waste it by becoming bitter. Use it to become sharp. Bitter people blame the world. Sharp people study it. Bitter people close off. Sharp people stay open but cautious. Bitter people trust no one. Sharp people trust carefully. There's a difference. Bitterness is giving up. Sharpness is leveling up. You're not here to give up. You're here to become dangerous. Dangerous doesn't mean violent. Dangerous means untouchable. It means people can't run their games on you because you see through them. It means manipulators avoid you because you're too aware. It means predators move on to easier prey because you're too costly to target. Being dangerous is being free. Freedom comes from clarity. When you see people as they are, not as you want them to be, you make better decisions. You waste less time. You protect your energy. You invest in people who deserve it and cut off people who don't. You stop being a victim of circumstance and become the architect of your reality. But here's where most people fail. They learn to read people, and then they use that knowledge to stay safe, to avoid risk, to build walls. That's not power. That's prison. The real power is in reading people so you can engage more effectively. So you can build genuine connections with those who deserve it. So you can lead. So you can influence. So you can win. You don't read people to become paranoid. You read people to become powerful. There's a massive difference. Paranoia sees threats everywhere. Power sees reality everywhere. Paranoid people hide. Powerful people act. Paranoid people are controlled by fear. Powerful people use fear as a tool. When you know someone is lying, you don't have to call them out immediately. Sometimes you let them lie. You watch. You gather information. You see what they're really after. And then you use that knowledge to your advantage. That's strategy. That's chess while they're playing checkers. When you know someone is trying to manipulate you, you don't have to resist, obviously. Sometimes you play along. You let them think they're winning, and then you flip the script when it serves you. That's control. That's mastery. That's the difference between being a pawn and being a player. Most people are pawns. They're moved around the board by forces they don't understand, by emotions they can't control, by people they can't read. They live in reaction. They're always one step behind. They're always surprised by outcomes that were obvious to anyone paying attention. Don't be most people. The transformation from pawn to player starts with one decision. The decision to stop lying to yourself. You've been telling yourself stories. Good stories. Comfortable stories. Stories about how people are basically good. How intentions matter more than actions. How everyone deserves a second chance. These stories are killing you. Actions are all that matter. Not intentions. Not explanations. Not apologies. Actions. What someone does is who they are. Everything else is noise. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. The first time. Not the third. Not the 10th. The first time. Here's your new operating system. Assume nothing. Verify everything. Trust slowly. Withdraw quickly. Give people one chance to prove themselves, not multiple. One. If they blow it, you're done. No explanations needed, no drama required. Just distance. Clean. Final. Permanent. This isn't cruelty. This is self-respect. You're not here to fix broken people. You're not here to teach adults how to be decent. You're not here to give endless chances to people who keep choosing to hurt you. You're here to build something, and you can't build with people who are actively tearing down. Watch what people do when they think you're not watching. That's when the mask slips. That's when you see the real person. How do they treat the waiter? How do they talk about people behind their backs? How do they handle stress? How do they respond when they don't get their way? These moments reveal everything. Watch what people do when there's nothing in it for them. When helping you costs them something. When supporting you goes against their interests. When standing by you means standing alone. That's when you find out who's real. Most people will fail this test. Let them. Watch what people do in the first 90 days. The beginning of any relationship is performance. Everyone is on their best behavior. But even the best actors slip. They get comfortable. They get lazy. The real them starts bleeding through. Pay attention to those moments. They're previews of what's coming. Someone who's consistently late is telling you that you're not a priority. Someone who constantly cancels is telling you they don't value your time. Someone who never initiates contact is telling you they're not invested. Someone who only reaches out when they need something is telling you that you're a resource, not a relationship. Listen to what they're telling you. Stop making excuses for people. Stop filling in the gaps with generous assumptions. Stop giving them credit for intentions they never had. If someone wanted to, they would. If they're not doing it, they don't want to. It's that simple. Complexity is usually just cowardice dressed up. The harsh truth is that most people are weak. They're driven by comfort, by approval, by the path of least resistance. They'll say, "Whatever keeps the peace." They'll agree to things they have no intention of following through on. They'll make promises that sound good in the moment, and then they'll disappoint you again and again. Strong people are rare. People with integrity are rare. People who do what they say are rare. People who show up consistently are rare. People who choose difficulty over comfort are rare. When you find these people, hold on to them. Invest in them. Build with them. Everyone else is noise. Here's how you identify the strong ones. They have boundaries and they enforce them. They say no without guilt. They're comfortable with conflict. They don't need everyone to like them. They're consistent across contexts. They're the same person in public and private. They own their mistakes. They learn from failure. They keep moving forward. These people are your tribe. Not the people who flatter you. Not the people who tell you what you want to hear. Not the people who are around when things are easy. The ones who challenge you. Who push you. Who tell you the truth even when it hurts. Who stay when things get hard. Those are your people. But here's the key. You can't attract strong people if you're weak. You can't build with integrity if you lack it yourself. You can't demand consistency if you're unreliable. Reading people is only half the equation. The other half is becoming someone worth knowing. Someone who operates by a code. Someone who doesn't compromise. Your code is your power. Define it. Write it down if you have to. What are your non-negotiables? What behaviors do you absolutely not tolerate? What standards do you hold yourself to? What do you expect from others? Once you have your code, live it, ruthlessly, without exception, without apology. When you live by a code, you become predictable in the best way. People know where they stand with you. They know what you value. They know what crosses the line. This clarity is magnetic to strong people and repellent to weak ones. You'll naturally filter your life. The users will leave. The real ones will stay. Here's what happens next. You start operating from a position of abundance instead of scarcity. You're no longer desperate for connection. You're selective. You're no longer afraid of being alone. You prefer it to bad company. You're no longer willing to compromise your standards. You'd rather build slowly with quality than quickly with garbage. This shift changes everything. When you're not needy, you see clearly. When you're not desperate, you make better choices. When you're not afraid of loss, you can't be manipulated. Manipulation works on fear. On the fear of losing something. When you're genuinely okay with walking away from anything that doesn't serve you, you become untouchable. People feel this energy. They sense when you're operating from strength versus weakness, and it changes how they approach you. The ones who are planning to use you recalculate. The ones who respect strength respect you. The ones who prey on weakness move on. Your life becomes cleaner, simpler, more powerful. Now you can use your ability to read people offensively, not just defensively. You can identify who to partner with, who to avoid, who to learn from, who to compete against. You can build alliances with people who share your values. You can neutralize threats before they materialize. You can create opportunities by understanding what motivates others. In business, this is invaluable. You can tell which clients will be nightmares before you take them on. You can tell which partners will deliver and which will flake. You can tell which employees are invested and which are just collecting a check. You make better hiring decisions, better firing decisions, better strategic decisions. In relationships, this is everything. You can tell who's genuinely interested and who's just passing time. You can tell who's capable of depth and who's stuck at surface level. You can tell who will grow with you and who will hold you back. You waste less time. You hurt less often. You build something real with someone real. This is the ultimate power. Not control over others. Control over yourself. Not manipulation of people. Understanding of reality. Not games and tricks. clarity and strategy. You become someone who sees the board, who understands the pieces, who plays the game at a level most people don't even know exists. But power without purpose is empty. What are you building? What are you protecting? What are you creating? Reading people is a tool. What you do with that tool determines whether you become a tyrant or a leader, whether you use it to take or to build, whether you become bitter or better. The choice is yours. You can use this knowledge to hide from the world, to never trust, to never open up, to build walls so high that nothing gets in. That's one path. It's safe, it's lonely, it's small. Or you can use this knowledge to engage with the world more effectively, to find your people faster, to build deeper connections with those who deserve it, to create something that matters. The second path is harder. It requires courage. It requires vulnerability with the right people. It requires faith that not everyone is broken, that there are others like you out there. That meaning is possible. That connection is real. This path is riskier. It's also the only one worth taking. You're going to get hurt again, even with all this knowledge, even with all this awareness, because life is unpredictable. People change. Circumstances shift. But the difference is that you won't be blindsided. You won't be destroyed. You'll see it coming. You'll have options. You'll recover faster. You'll learn more. You'll keep moving. This is what it means to read people like a book, not to know everything, but to see enough, to understand patterns, to trust your instincts, to make decisions from clarity instead of hope, to protect yourself without becoming paranoid, to stay open without being naive, to be strong without being cruel. You are no longer the person who gets played. You are no longer the one left wondering what happened. You are no longer the victim of people you should have seen coming. You are awake. You are aware. You are armed with truth, and truth is the only weapon that never fails. The world is still full of wolves, but you're no longer sheep. You're something else now, something harder to categorize, something dangerous in the best way. You move through the world with eyes wide open. You see the games. You understand the players. You make your moves with precision. Some people will call you cold. Let them. Some will call you paranoid. They're projecting. Some will say you've lost faith in humanity. You haven't. You've just stopped lying about what humanity is. You've accepted reality, and acceptance is the beginning of power. Every person you meet is a book. Some are short stories, some are novels, some are poetry, some are instruction manuals. Your job is to read them quickly and accurately, to know what you're dealing with, to decide if it's worth your time, to close the ones that aren't and keep reading the ones that are. This is your life now, clear-eyed, strategic, intentional. You don't stumble into relationships anymore. You choose them. You don't get surprised by betrayal. You see it forming and step aside. You don't waste years on people who were never going to come through. You know in months, sometimes weeks, sometimes days, you've become the person you needed when you were lost. The one who sees clearly, who speaks truth, who doesn't sugarcoat reality, who helps others wake up the way you've woken up. Not through cruelty, through clarity, through honesty, through refusing to participate in the comfortable lies everyone else lives by. They will never read you the way you read them. That's your edge. That's your advantage. That's your power. You see them. They see a version of you that you allow them to see. You control the information. You control the narrative. You control the outcome. Not through deception, through mastery. The game hasn't changed. You have. And that changes everything.